guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these delicious meatballs with this white creamy sauce. I want to start by telling you guys that at the beginning of my videos I always share the full recipe, ingredients, and measurements. I'm going to start by telling you guys all the ingredients you will be needing for this delicious recipe. So as you can see, I have some chicken broth, salt, pepper, olive oil, half and half, jalapenos, cumin, red pepper flakes, breadcrumbs, paprika, Italian seasoning, onions, ground beef, butter, cream cheese, curly parsley, eggs, minced garlic, and Parmesan cheese. So we're going to go ahead and start adding a little bit of olive oil to a pan. And I'm going to start by adding the veggies. So first we're going to go ahead and add our 2 finely chopped jalapenos. And now we're going to go ahead and add our half a white onion. So we're going to go ahead and start sauteing it for about only 2 minutes, and then we're going to transfer it back to a container. So I went ahead and added a little bit of more olive oil, and now we're going to go ahead and add our parsley, curly parsley, into it. And I also want to go ahead and add our breadcrumbs. This is 1 cup of breadcrumbs. I like to get it a little crispy, and I like it to cook down just a little bit, enough to where it's not so dry. And now we're going to go ahead and also add our red pepper flakes to it, and we're going to mix that very good. You want to go ahead and add 1 cup of chicken broth after a minute of sauteing it in the pan. So we're going to go ahead and add half a cup of chicken broth, and we're going to mix it very good with our parsley and our breadcrumbs and the red flakes. This is the texture you want. So now we're going to go ahead and add our cumin to our meat, and we're also going to add our salt and our 2 eggs. And I'm going to go ahead and add the salt, and that's to your liking. I don't have a right or wrong way, but I always like to add a good bit, and then if I need to add more, I do it after I cook one of them. And now we're going to go ahead and add our minced garlic as well. So we're going to empty that. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some pepper, and that's to your liking. We're also going to go ahead and add some paprika, and like I said, this is to your liking. So I would put about like a tablespoon, which equals to what I just added. And let's go ahead and add all our ingredients to the meat, and we are going to use either a spoon or you can use your hands to mix this very good. Okay, so as you can see, I started mixing my meat very good with all the ingredients. And now we are gonna go ahead and add half of the Parmesan cheese, because I'm gonna use the other half for the white sauce that I will be making. So I'm gonna gradually add it, and like I said, you just wanna add half of it, okay? So I left this much, and I'm gonna mix that either with my hands or with this, but honestly, I do use my hands for it, but it takes a while. So let's go ahead and mix it very good. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add this Italian seasoning, and you can find that at your local store. I basically just add as much as I want. It's optional, but you wanna go ahead and add a good bit and just mix it. I would say, to be honest with you, it's about 2 tablespoons. So it's a good bit. This is 4 pounds of meat, so that's why we're using a lot of seasoning. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and use our hands. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this spoon, and I am going to start using my hands to mix it very good. And I like to use my fist to do this. It's so much easier, and then you go like that, you know, just kind of mix it up. Hey guys, I want to share a little tip with you guys. So I always like to grab my meat, and I like to grab a little bit, and then I'm going to test it on the pan and cook it down. Then I'm going to try it, and that way if there's anything that needs to be added, like, you know, salt or any cumin or any extra seasonings you want to add, you can always do that. So let's go ahead and grab a little piece, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in my pan, and I'm going to go ahead and cook it and see how it came out, and then we'll add whatever needs to be added. So the flavor came out super good. They're perfect. They don't need any more salt or anything. So we're gonna go ahead and start making little balls, and just think of it like a golf ball, the size of a little golf ball. So we're gonna go ahead and add them to a pan where I actually went ahead and added some foil paper. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of pan spray to the pan because they are gonna be cooked down on the pan, and then we're gonna go ahead and add them to the oven for a second time. Hey guys, so as you can see, this is how I did my little balls. I went ahead and added some olive oil, and we are going to start cooking them. You want to keep your fire on medium, and you want to make sure the oil is kind of like, hot, but you don't want to put it on high. Medium is good. And we're going to cook them from both sides, kind of like mix them up and move them. I'm going to show you. Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm sauteing them, and I want to get them a little crispy on all the sides. This is the color you want, you see, and we're going to flip them over, and we're going to start seeing which ones are cooking. So before we put them in the oven for a little bit, we're going to go ahead and make them crispy on all sides. So you just keep an eye on them and keep flipping them over. Hey guys, so I want to share with you the texture and how they're supposed to look. So remember, they're not going to fully cook on the pan. That's why we're going to go ahead and bake them in the oven for 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. I don't like them to be dry, so I normally just do like 15 minutes. But remember, you do have to get them crispy on all sides. So let me go ahead and give you, let me just show you how. As you can see, let me show you what it looks like. It's kind of, cooked, but it's not all the way cooked, and you don't want to burn them. So this is what it should look like texture-wise, and yeah. We're going to go ahead and transfer them to another pan, the one we will be using for the oven. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer them, and then I'm going to add more meatballs and do the same thing, and you're just going to repeat it. There we go. So this is my second batch, as you can see, and what I like to do to get it to cook a little, faster, I like to go like this, facing down, and let the little oil bubbles cook them down. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove them, and I'm going to go ahead and place them on my pan, and we're going to let them cook in the oven for about 15 minutes before we start making our white sauce. So my oven is to 350, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my meatballs, as you can see, for 15 minutes. Close them, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the timer. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the same pan that I was using to cook my meatballs, and we are going to start making our white creamy cheesy sauce. So I'm gonna start by adding a full bar of butter, and we're gonna go ahead and let that melt and start bubbling up completely before we add anything else. So this is what you want your butter to look like. As you can see, I have my fire on medium, so it's not fully melted yet. It's getting there. While it's melting, I want to share with you guys, we're going to go ahead and add 8 ounces of cream cheese, which equals to a whole bar of cream cheese, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and open that, and I'm going to go ahead and add it. We're going to go ahead and add our cream cheese, and we're going to go ahead and mix that with our butter. So I went ahead and added 1 full cup of half and half, and you're going to go ahead and put your fire on medium. And I know it looks a little crazy right now, but trust me people, the cream and cheese is going to completely melt, and then we're going to also add some chicken broth. So I'm going to get it to melt and cook down. So after adding our butter, our cream cheese, and our half and half, we are going to start adding our Parmesan cheese. As you can see, this is the texture of what you want. The cream cheese takes a while to completely cook down, but you don't want to overcook it either. So let's put it on medium to low. And now I'm going to go ahead and add our Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to mix that really good with the cream cheese. And look at how delicious it's starting to look. I love these meatballs. This is my recipe, so it's an exclusive recipe that you will only find in my channel, people. I love to create my own recipes, so I love cream cheese, I love cheeses, so this is my cream sauce. I hope you guys, enjoy doing this recipe. But okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of chicken broth. You see the texture? Creamy. and the meatballs are gonna go in here. Let's go ahead and add 1 cup of chicken broth. So this is 1 cup of chicken broth, and as you can see, this is our creamy sauce. We're gonna go ahead and add that, and we're gonna mix that very well. So as you can see, I mixed very well the chicken broth and all the ingredients, and now we're gonna go ahead and add some salt, and of course that's to your liking. Like I said, salt to your liking, and then we are going to mix it very good and try it. Okay guys, so I want to share one little tip with you guys. I don't have time to let the sauce sit for an hour so it can thicken. So I always like to use a little bit of cornstarch, and as you can see, this is half a tablespoon. So I just added half a tablespoon of cornstarch, and I also added some chicken broth powder, which is my favorite. I use this a lot. So I went ahead and add half a little tablespoon as well. And this is the sauce. And as you can see, the texture, it's not too thick, but it's not too watery. And this is the sauce. Hey guys, so this is what my meatballs look like after taking them out of the oven for baking them for 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and add them to our creamy sauce. Oh my God, guys, like they are so delicious. I actually want to cut one. I mean, just so you guys could see the texture and how they look. Super delicious. Oh my God, I cannot wait to eat. My dog is like crying because she wants to eat my meatballs. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and start transferring them to our creamy sauce. Hey guys, so as you can see, I already added the meatballs, and now I'm gonna go ahead and mix them up with our creamy sauce. I swear to you, this recipe is gonna blow your mind because it's super delicious and creamy. So let's go ahead and get the meatballs with the sauce and mix it up very good. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is what my meatballs look like. And now we will be adding a little bit to garnish it with parsley. And there you go. These are the meatballs. I hope you guys enjoyed my delicious recipe. Please don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes like this, guys. Thank you.